Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and this is Penny. I'm looking after Penny for a week. I'm today going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 26th of July. If you are new, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't and hit the bell notification so you know my videos pop up. And I do talk here mostly about the current awakening process as well as the global energies currently. So stay watching, there might be a message and we'll just get started. Oh, keeping you up, Penny. She's funny, isn't she? I'm getting that people are wanting to get back to a sense of community. People have felt very lost. We know that people have been feeling really lost in their communities. They've been, well, we know they've all been isolated and locked down, and this has gone on for quite a while, but people are wanting to get back to that real sense of community now. They're wanting to, like I said the other day, they're wanting to build bridges. People are wanting to get back to their old lives. Now, we know, if you're here on my channel, our old lives are gone. So we have to build like a new way of living. And we've managed to do that, a lot of us here that are living, that are on my channel rather. But a lot of people are now starting to want to get that sense of community. They want to feel that connectedness again because it all just feels too disjointed to people. This is probably a lot of the people waking up, but they want to get that sense of community where people support each other again, because it feels like everybody's like pushed each other away, which they have due to, as we know, the things that have been implemented and forced down their throat. But I'm definitely getting that sense of community. People are wanting that back. Because I think what we've got to remember too is that's what makes people feel supported. When you've got a good community, where I live in a small country town, it's very friendly and people often love to chat. A lot of them live on farms and they come into town and have a chat. And people want that again. I mean, I know in the cities sometimes it's hard. People their lives get very busy, but people still like to have a good sense of community. It might be just that you go to your local coffee shop and you have a little chat to your barista, or you meet somebody for lunch. People want that sense of community back. I'm definitely getting that today. And I guess what the guides are trying to say here is that people want that reconnection. They want that reconnection with people. And look, this could be around family too, because a lot of us have lost contact with a lot of family too due to different decisions that we've all made or experiences we've been through. It's made things a little bit prickly for a lot of people, even around family, not just friends, but also around family. I'll see what else we get today. I get England again. We've been getting England a lot for obvious reasons, and Britain. There's a lot of things coming at you now. It's like them showing me taking the lid off a sardine can, and it's all just starting to happen. So it's like that. If you think of a sardine can, it's kind of long. So they're kind of peeling that can back. The guides are showing me peeling the can back. And there's all these, like, if you think of sardines laying in a can, it's like a layered. So I feel like in England and Britain, there's a lot of layers to what's going to be rolling out with you guys. Well, we know pretty much what the rollout's going to be. But I do believe there's going to be that real opening up of a lot of the agenda now. And I talked about people might start to stand up over there, like some of these farmers and things too. I don't know if that's been happening there, but I am getting there'll be a little bit of that fight back as well starting now in Britain, Ireland as well. I'll just see what else we get today. See, people can't take anymore. That's what the guides are giving me today. People can't take any more of this garbage and nonsense that's being thrown at them. It's like they're showing me now like a mud fight where people are just getting mud thrown at them. And if you think about it, they're just being made fools of now. This whole Mpox thing is just making people just look absolutely stupid. And that's what people are starting to sense now. There's this sheer stupidity of all this nonsense and garbage that's being thrown at them. They've been trying to push this Mpox for what? God, months and months and months, and no one took it up. And we know they've got jabs for it. So now they've had to take it to the next level, which is, of course, the WHO, World Health Organization, has now turned that into an emergency. Yes, an emergency. So this is what's making feel like people waking up, probably not you on my channel, because we just see it as ridiculous, but they feel like they're having mud just thrown at them now, like big spats of mud just coming at them. I'll see where else we go with this today. And see, that's what the significance of the mud is too. It's making them feel dirty. Now, that would actually make sense, not only from jabbing yourself with God knows what, as we know. We don't know what's in some of these people according to the funeral people that do the embalming. There's a lot of things coming out about different, them having trouble extracting the fluids from bodies and things like this. I mean, we've all heard so many things. We're not 100% sure what's true either, but I'm definitely getting that. But that's what's happening with these people now. They feel like there's just mud being thrown at them, and it's making them feel dirty. And this is also, I believe, to be honest, around that male gay community. They are being targeted. We know they're being targeted. It's not justified. It was like when we were targeted. It's not justified when the unjabbed rather were targeted. I'm definitely getting that, and it's making these homosexual males, because that seems to be who they're focusing on again. It's making them feel really dirty, like people won't want to come near them again. And they've been through that in the 80s or whenever that AIDS nonsense, thanks to Fauci, who got it all wrong. They were really, really badly vilified. They were even here in Australia, and I'm sure it happened where you guys were, they were even bashed. There were like really bad gay bashings here in Australia. They had to put a task force out to stop the gay bashings. It was like that bad. Well, these are the kind of things that go through people's minds again. People remember these things. I remember it when I was a little kid. So a lot of these people remember these things, that when you become a target, it can get quite ugly. And that's why it's feeling really dirty. Like they're feeling like they're dirty again. Like they're those, if you think of Harry Potter, it's like the mud bloods. Like you've got this different fluid in you, for example, that makes you different to other people, and it becomes dirty. Like, and that's a horrible thing for anyone to have to experience. But I do feel like that's something that's going through a lot of the minds of these. Sadly, it's just, as we know here on my channel, it's just another way of ostracising and vilifying people and putting them in their districts, as we talk about, relating to the Hunger Games, and separate, divide and conquer. We know that's the agenda of the rollout, the reset rollout. So that's why people are feeling like they're being splattered now with mud. It's like they're feeling dirty again and broken. And this is just cruel, isn't it? It makes me sick that they're doing this to people, innocent people who don't deserve that, and they just become a target so these people can get their vaccines out and make all their wealth. It makes me so sick, the injustice of all this. But this is why people have to wake up at their own pace. Gosh, we'll probably see marches soon. There's been a lot of talk about all this pride and all that again, and it wouldn't surprise me if they started to stand up again. God, they've fought so hard for so long. We've got all that. You know, we've all moved on from all that nonsense. We're accepting people for who they are. On my channel, we accept everyone for who they are. So, you know, the way this is being churned out and people are being targeted is just disgusting to me. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. I'll just see what else we get today. I'm getting the housing market. It keeps coming up. There are going to be some massive bargains to be had. So if you've been wanting to buy a house out there, maybe hang on a little longer. They're saying like another 3 months, and you're going to get some absolute bargains. House prices are going to drop. It's inevitable because of the interest rate rises. They're going to drop because people are going to have to sell up. People won't be able to keep up with the mortgage payments, and that includes rental properties as well, because unless they're going to put the rent sky high, which no one can afford anyway, and look, I'll let you know here, that can change the dynamics of a whole town. We have a scheme here called the Snowy Scheme where I live, and it's It's an electrical system, but they're building tunnels. It was made in the 50s and 60s. And we had a lot of people come here and move here, migrate from Germany and Austria and all these places. And they're doing another portion of it now, and they're building these huge tunnels, and it's called Snowy 2.0. And they brought in all these tradesmen, and so the people running the Snowy scheme said they'd pay for all their rents. So they put the rents up to it was like $700, some I think $1,000, and they do all the cleaning for you and everything. So the whole town changed, and it kicked out all the low socioeconomic. A lot of people couldn't afford to live here anymore. And my town's just a basic town, but because of what's going on with the scheme, the rent went through the roof. So that's an example of how this changes the whole dynamic. People are forced to, like I said, there'll be more of this communal living where they move in with family, and that's what's kind of happened here. A lot of kids had to move back home with their parents. Oh, I know that's a scary thought for some of you. So this is what starts to happen when these things start to collapse. It sort of, everything starts to go down in the system. The kids have to move back home, and then people have to sell up their houses. It's that and that's what kind of happened here. A lot of people had to move away because they couldn't afford to pay $700 or $1,000 rent a week. It's just like insane. So this is what happens when things start to change. We're going to start to feel that real dynamics of people just going to drop their houses and just they'll be for sale, and they're not going to get back the money that they wanted. So you might get some bargains. So we're definitely getting, if you've been wanting to buy a house, just hang off a little bit and you might get yourself a bargain, and you'll be able to sort of barter that down to get that price down, because it's going to be quite negotiable. I think we could all see that coming. I'll see what else we get today. I keep getting England. And this would probably be Britain. There's going to be a lot of trading starting to happen. So I believe this is around the electrical sector, trading of goods and services to do with that, the changes around the electrical grid kind of setups. I do feel there's going to be a lot of trading starting to go, and there'll be a lot of documents being signed about trade agreements. We'll give you this if you give us that, and it's going to be this government starting to swap. So I do feel a lot of trade agreements for England. And it is more specifically England. There's so much talk about greenhouse gases and all this, we know it's the same old. It's kind of happening everywhere, but I do feel like you guys, it's really going to start to become a real focus, for you guys over there. I feel like they're really going to, or this will be when the new Prime Minister comes in, then you'll really see some really big changes start to happen, and it'll happen really quickly, and it'll be, of course, about the emissions, the carbon emissions. I'll see what else we get and if there's any closing messages today. Yeah, and the guides are just saying, this gets back to the credit scoring. If you behave, you do get rewarded, but you also get sort of ignored by government. It's interesting, isn't it? If you're doing all the right things are going to be easy for them. We know it's not going to be easy for them long term, because they're going to get told more and more and more and more and more of what to do and how they're going to run their lives for them. Hang on, I'll just see what else we get. Yeah, I just keep getting it. The Mavericks aren't their target. We're not their target group anymore. This is if you're mandated, vaccine injured, unjabbed. We're not government's target group, because we don't comply, we don't conform, we don't do as we're told. We're not on their radar. And I keep saying this about the Mavericks out of Top Gun. We are we're not even really the rebels anymore. We're just the ones that see through. They're showing me a big pile of bullshit, um, but we see right through it. It's like this. Oh God, some of the things the guides give me, honestly, they're showing me this big tunnel, and it's made of bullshit and like cow shit, which is very relevant considering they're talking about the cow emissions, as we've all been talking about here. And there's a tunnel, and we can see through the tunnel, and we go through to the other side because we know this is all bullshit. Everything they're feeding us, we know it's BS. So we go through the tunnel of bullshit to the other side and escape. And so we're not even being targeted by government anymore. They know that's a losing battle. So we don't have to hide. We don't even have to hide. I keep saying to lay low and stay a little bit anonymous, but that's more to protect ourselves from the people that are waking up who are going to be really pissed off when they realise what the hell has been happening to their life. But we're just, we don't have to hide at all. We just have to be ourselves. And I talk about that vibration a lot, that when you're vibrating at that different level, it's not that you're untouchable, but it's like you're not vibrating in that fear and anxiety. It's a different state of mind. You're vibrating in a more peaceful, calm, relaxed state. So if you think of those two vibrations, they're very, very different to fear and anxiety, where your body's like vibrating and it's all like hypervigilant. Very extremely different states. But that makes people more vulnerable, and that's why government will actually target those people who are still living in that fear, anxiety, worried, scared, all those kind of emotions that trigger that response. That makes them very vulnerable to, like I've said here for like a week, all those subliminal messages and all the fear tactics. We've seen it on TV, the Mpox, oh my gosh, I just saw an ad not an ad, I just saw a quick news clip then, and it was all about how CV, the numbers are up in Australia and they're taking over the hospitals, and it's like just stepping back in time like 3 years ago to the same narrative, just playing over and over, like I said yesterday with the carousel, and these people can't get off. They want to get off. A lot of them want to get off, but it's that trapped feeling. It's showing me like it feels like their shoes are like sticky and they're stuck and they can't get their feet moving. Some of these people that are stuck in that fear and anxiety. And as we know, it becomes a bit of a fix. It becomes a bit of like a drug fix as well for a lot of people, because they love that drama. Some people just love drama and fear, and some people also, as we know, love doing all the right things and being the perfect little teacher's pet. That's another role that some people play. Gosh, we all play different roles, but we're definitely those mavericks. It keeps coming up. I'll just see if there's anything to close with today. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? The guides are saying that we're not like hurting anymore, and I would say that's probably correct. We have our up and down days here. I know you guys always comment and let me know how you're feeling. We have a few tears, and then we have weird days, but we're not really hurting. We've managed to find ways to release and let go of our traumas from the past, our hurts. If nothing else, we have a giggle on this channel and we laugh about some of these things because it's so ridiculous. It does not even feel or sound real sometimes, does it? And it's like I always say, it's like this movie that's just playing out in front of our eyes and we're not in it. We're just sitting back in the theatre just watching all this from afar, and I think that's a very safe place to actually stay watching all this from the seating position and just observing. Hang on a sec. Oh, hang on, Penny's a very big guard dog. It's all right, I got you. Maybe Penny's having the last say today. She's growling at government. I know, was it you, Martin, said that she was looking out the window at Klaus Schwab? Maybe she spotted him again and she's having a growl. Anyway, I might leave you on that note today. We'll let Penny have a growl at government and have a growl at Klaus Schwab this morning. Oh, look, you do have to laugh because this experience just does not feel real at all, does it? It's just completely mad. So, look, take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I'll say goodbye from me and Penny and goodbye from Australia, and we'll talk soon. Don't forget to hit the like buttons and subscribe. Bye, everybody. Bye from Australia. Bye from Penny. Bye.